Good everyone, hope everyone's doing well, staying safe. This is Erden. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to anyone who's celebrating Thanksgiving and happy holidays. We're almost at the end of the year. It's been an interesting year, 2020 to say the least. So hopefully everyone is getting ready for the intense drops that's coming up in the end of the year. Apologies for not being able to upload my videos sooner. With the holidays coming up, families coming to visit. There isn't really much time for me to do recordings, do live cops, or do the recording for the giveaways. But finally, we got some time now, and in the season of giving thanks, we wanted to give away some stuff for our fans as well. All right, so before we start with the Q&As and the giveaways, just wanted to say thank you all for your support. I know we didn't really get to the 500 likes that we really wanted for the video, considering it was relatively ambitious goal for us as well. But nevertheless, we do see a ton of support from our fans, and just wanted to make sure you guys are aware that even though we did not hit the goals, we're still giving away all the inventory items that we said we were gonna give away. Still wanted to show our support to all our fans who've commented, left questions for me, liked the video, and constantly supporting me from the beginning. So again, a sign of appreciation from us. Thank you guys so much. All right, and also you will see in the video how the winners are selected as well, so you know it's authentic, it's real. Erden will never dupe you guys, will never cap you guys. It's as real as it gets. So a lot of questions I've been getting from some of the fans is why I decided to start the YouTube video on live cops. So that's kind of a simple answer. So number one, I really enjoy what some of the big YouTubers are doing when it comes to live cops, and to name a few: Motherboard Nova, Lucky Botter, Burger Kicks, Iman Sneakers. These are some guys that have been really helping me understanding what botting is, what sneaker reselling is, and help me understand what goes into some of these things. And I wanted to show you my flair, my kind of twist on it. So that's why I decided to do it. And also, to be honest, with the pandemic going on, everything's been kind of limited in terms of my movements from where I wanted to go. This year is especially tough considering I was supposed to have my wedding this year. I was supposed to travel a lot this year. That got put on hold, so I couldn't really do it. So I felt that I needed to do something to keep my mind occupied, and what better way to do it than to do something I'm passionate about and to have fun with it as well. So that's why I decided to do the live cop videos. So some other questions I've been getting as well is like why I decided to resell, what got me into resell. That's, again, it's somewhat pandemic related. I've loved sneakers ever since I was a little kid. But I never really had the money to be able to afford it. Now that I started getting into shoes more, I realized the resale market is huge. I think one of the videos predicted that the resale of the sneakers is nearly $2 billion industry. You know, just wanted to be a part of it, I guess. I really like reselling. I think it's simple supply and demand, and then at the same time, it also gives people a way of living in a way, right? If you think about it, a lot of these things are, almost every single business has some of resale elements in there. You know, people buy things at cheaper price and then selling it at a different price level, making money on the margins. That's what it is, and that's what we do as well. We get these shoes, limited shoes, at retail, and then we can flip it at a decent price later on to people who couldn't get it at retail. So that's the way market is. People may be bashing botters, or what they call scalpers, because we jack up the price a little bit, but at the same time, people kind of need to realize that that's what the market is. It's tough. I understand, I get it. I was one of them before. I couldn't hit anything manual at all. So if I can't beat them, I join them. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do resale as a living. You know, that's the way it is. And I respect people to put in the work, to do the hustle and get the job done. So yeah, props. I think it's a really fun thing to do as well. So that leads to another question from one of the viewers asking me, do I have a day job? How can I, you know, work at the same time as drops? So I do have a day job. I do have a full-time job that keeps me occupied as well, which is the reason why I couldn't really do a lot of restocks. Only time I can really cop is during announced releases with times. So I definitely want to make sure I focus on my day job as much as possible during the day, which is why a lot of times if there is shock drops or if there is shock restocks, I'm not gonna be able to hit just because I do not have the time to do so. The daytime job is definitely something that I'm also passionate about, so I wanted to make sure I do well as well. And that's kind of what I do. I want to make sure everything I do, I give my 100%. So yes, I do have a day job, and I do resell on the side. And this has been relatively working out well for me because of the pandemic. I've been working from home since the beginning of this year, and it has been boding well for me. So definitely a lot of time commitment, a lot of time management, and I have to do well at both in order for me to be successful at both. So for people who are watching in a similar situation as I am, definitely making sure that you are committed to both things that you do, making sure that you don't leave one thing behind, and then that would not be a good thing. You know, just my 2 cents. Let's see, there are some questions. There are some also miscellaneous questions, I guess, you know, what kind of couch I have. This is the couch that my wife and I picked out, called a brand called Modani. You can see it here. I don't know if it's a local brand or if it's a national chain brand. I only see it in my city and in some couple other cities, but we found it and we really liked it, and it felt well for me. So yeah, that's our couch. As what type of dog I have, she's really cute. She's a golden doodle. Her name's Cookie. She's 2 years old now, so she's been a key part of our lives. Some guy asked, do I have any kids? How old are they? I don't have any kids right now. The only kid we have is our baby dog, Cookie. When did I start botting? I started botting at the beginning of 2020. Like, I've been getting into sneakers a lot more since last year, 2019. And then didn't really get into botting until 2020. I've watched all Nova's videos, and it just got me antsy and itchy to try botting ever since I watched the first video. And later on, as I started getting more understandings of it and kind of joined a few cook groups, I started to understand more about botting, and that's how I got into it, and haven't looked back since. Some people asking me about beginners, you know, like what is some advice I can give for beginner botters, beginner resellers? What are some good beginner bots besides NSB, Nike shoe bots, which is always in stock? So I think in terms of the bots, for beginner bots, you have to determine what type of stores you want to go for initially. If you do have the capital, I think it's better if you're a beginner with decent amount of capital to invest in a top tier bot. I think Cyber is definitely one of the best ones out there right now, and Wrath as well. Both of them are around 5 to 6K price range, so it is a pretty steep price jump. At the same time, if you actually learn how to use those bots, they can yield really positive results, even for beginners. So that's just my personal opinion, and which leads to the second part of some of the questions people have been asking, what kind of advice I have for beginners, resellers, and botters. Number one, definitely put in the work. Learn the bot, learn the proxies. You know, just have to put in the time and the work to do well. Otherwise, you will not be successful. People think botting is really easy. You just turn on computer, turn on your bots, and then let the bot do the work. It's not that simple at all. I think the other advice I really wanted to give everyone is join a cook group. I think cook group will have a lot of information that you need to get you started. You know, one of the few cook groups I can recommend, that they're my sponsors as well. You know, RESELLAIO, definitely one of the good cook groups for beginners. They have a lot of good information on reselling, a lot of good information on botting. Another one is also my sponsor, Resell Apprentice. They have been a really kind of a rock solid group for beginner resellers and beginner botters. They have a ton of information, you know, about proxies, about bots, about reselling. All the information you may need can be answered at a cook group. So my suggestion is, you know, if you want to be serious in terms of botting and reselling, then join a cook group, put in the work, put in the time. You should be able to do well. Some people ask about setups, you know, what proxies I use on foot sides, what proxies I use Shopify, what type of advice I can give on setups. It's not universal. So I can't really give you a uniformed answer on which one works, which one doesn't, what's the best setup, because every drop is different. Every single release is different. So you have to, like I said, put in the work, use your experience doing trial and errors in order for you to get successful. And also you have to realize that botting is not 100% guaranteed for you to cop things that you want. there's a lot of times where we will take a big fat L. Luck plays a huge part as well, and a lot of trial and error goes into botting. So even if you put in the work, there are times you will be frustrated, guaranteed. But being consistent, being persistent is definitely going to be a huge part of the game as well. And also, some people ask, what was the drop that I cooked hardest on? I think that's the carbon drop. I had 80 plus checkouts. I ended up with 35 pairs. So that was a pretty good cop. And one guy asked if I could do a sneaker collection. I don't have a ton of sneakers for me personally. I just see a few here. The Union Force, the Travis ones. These are some of the ones I have. I don't have a ton of sneakers for me personally. I do like them, so I do tend to buy some of them at resale. Not a whole lot for me. I don't have like a closet full of shoes yet. Hopefully one day I will, but that depends on if my wife will let me. All right, there's one question about what was the first bot I ever owned. It was EVIO. That was one of the first bots I ever owned. And then I traded that for TKS. And then TKS helped me get some decent success, and then I started getting better bots later on. I think the first big money bots I spent money on was Balco. That was the one that I really wanted to do well on Shopify, and it took me a while for me to get some decent success on Balco. There's also some other comments just showing their love, appreciation. Some of them been following me since day one. I think Geo, he's been one that followed me since I think like when I was like 200, 300 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for your support from the beginning. Like I really, really appreciate it. And there are a few people who commented on almost all my videos. You guys really, really do show me that, you enjoy the content, and that just keep motivating me to do well. Like I said, even though we didn't have 500 likes on the video, I'm still giving away all the inventory items that I promised to give away. Just because, even if I have just 2 people who enjoy my video, enjoy what I do, I wanted to make sure I do well for you guys. So the fact that I've gotten over 1,000 subscribers now shows that, my content is enjoyable for you guys, and it just gives me more motivation to do well. So thank you all so much for your support. Now let's go into the giveaways and see who won some nice items. All right, so I've tried to see, this is the YouTube random comment pickers. Let's see if we can pick some winners here. So number 1 item we're giving away is the Uniqlo Takashi Murakami Billie Eilish tee. Let's see who won this item. All right, so the viewer is it's Gerald. That's going to be the winner for the Uniqlo Billie Eilish Takashi Murakami tee. So thank you for your support. Now let's pick the next winner, which is going to get the Black Supreme Daniel Johnston frog tee. Let's see if we can get another one. All right, so the winner is Rebel since 09. So you are the lucky winner of the Supreme Daniel Johnston Black Frog tee. Congrats. Now let's go into the next one. This is going to be the Kith Coca-Cola tee large. Let's see who's our lucky winner. Jimmy Lee is going to be our winner for the Kith Coca-Cola tee large. Congrats. And lastly, we have the Kobe 5 rings size 7.5 that we're giving away for one lucky winner. Let's see who won this item. Geo, yo, I'm so happy, dude. Yo, Geo, he's been like, look at his comment. He said that he's been supporting me since I had like 300 subscribers, and he said I'm a wholesome dude. Thank you guys so much. I really am actually happy that this dude is actually going to win the best item. He really has been following me since the beginning. He left comments on a lot of my videos, and I'm so happy that he won. So congrats, bro. Thank you for your support. Really, I'm really glad you were able to win. And again, to all the people who didn't win, hopefully you guys can see that I'm trying to make sure I do everything by the books, and I'm trying to make sure everyone gets a fair chance. And also at the same time, thank you all so much for your support. You guys have been nothing but the best. Really, I really appreciate it. And now you see the video on the selection of the winners for the Twitter giveaway as well. All right. So here we have all the entries from the Twitter giveaway that we have here. We have a total of 211 entries. And then let's see, this is the 1K giveaway for 5 winners. Let's see, we got the final draw here, making sure that, you know, once we started, we're not gonna go for it. So understand how to start, and let's see who's our lucky winners. Bam, right here. So Tim Commerce, J Hobo, Uncle Hookah, J Kicks, J, you guys are the lucky winners, and we'll make sure to announce who won what on Twitter as well. All right, so thank you guys so much for your support. All right, so one additional thing I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of as well. So this is definitely a shout out to my sponsor, Essential by Syed and EssentialCN. They've contacted me. They said that they really enjoy what I do, and the partnership has been working really well. And honestly, I feel like they really helped me become a better botter as well in terms of Shopify drops and some really useful information on different modules. So the owner Syed contacted me, and we've wanted to make sure that we give back to my viewers as well, who have supported me and also supporters of Essential by Syed and EssentialCN. So we're gonna have monthly restocks happening on my channel. We're gonna have some links in my videos descriptions, and you will see that we'll have restocks on a monthly basis. Originally, Essential was really just wanted to have a group of people who really wanted to get better at botting, but with Essential 2.0, Syed and his team has been working really hard at it. You should be able to see on their Twitter, and I retweeted some of their tweets as well. They've been working, you know, endlessly on making sure they can perfect Essential 2.0, and it's finally happening. So they're adding monitor service in the crew group. They're adding even more features in the crew group. So if you want a chance to join one of the best crew groups I was fortunate enough to join, you will be able to have that chance to do so at my channel. All right, so definitely be on the lookout for the links. I may drop a link in this video in the description section below, and you should be able to join the crew group that you really need. All right, and next month is going to be a really huge month in terms of release. We're gonna have a ton of things dropping. Let's hope we all get some W's. All right, so in the meantime, keep it cool, keep it real. This is Erden. Peace out.